What if you could generate an automotive test report with just a few lines of Python? Imagine you're testing an ABS ECU. You have the ECU name, test case, software version, and test result. Instead of typing this manually every time, we're going to make Python generate it for us. We're starting with two of the most fundamental Python concepts, variables and strings. By the end of this video, you'll have built your first small automotive automation script. Let's start with variables. A variable gives us a way to store information and give that information a name. For our automotive example, let's store the name of the ECU. We write ECU equals ABS. On the left side, ECU is our variable name. That's what we'll use to refer to this value everywhere else in our code. On the right side, ABS in quotes is the actual value being stored. Now let's add three more variables the same way. Test underscore case equals TC underscore 001, our test case identifier. Software underscore version equals V2.41, the exact build we're testing against. And status equals pass, our test result. With these 4 lines, our program now holds every piece of information about this one test. But there's something important hiding in this code. ABS, TC underscore 01, and pass are not just values. They are strings. And strings are extremely important in automotive scripting because engineers constantly work with text. A string is simply a sequence of characters. We normally write a string inside quotation marks. Let's print ECU directly. Python shows us ABS, exactly what we stored. Now let's create one more string, message, holding test completed, and print that too. And here's something useful. We can combine two strings using a plus sign. Testing plus ECU joins them together into one line, testing ABS. But what happens when we have more than one variable? This works, but as your message gets longer, this becomes harder to read. Python gives us a much cleaner way to do this. It's called an F string. The F tells Python this is a formatted string. Anything inside curly braces gets evaluated and inserted into the text. Now the cleaner way, an F string. We write F, then quote testing, curly brace ECU, closing curly brace, closing quote. Python evaluates whatever's inside the curly braces and drops it straight into the text. Same result as before, testing ABS, but in one clean line instead of using a plus sign. And we're not limited to one variable. Here we combine EQ, testco case, and status all in a single F string, each in its own set of curly braces. Now we have all the information we need, but printing 4 individual values isn't really an automotive report. So let's turn these variables into something that looks like an actual test result. Let's create our first mini build. Now let's put it all together into our actual build. We print a header line of equal signs with test results centered in it. Then, one by one, we print each labeled field using F strings. ECU, our ECU variable. Test case, our test underscore case variable. Software, our software underscore version. Status, our status. And we close with a matching line of equal signs. Let's see the output. We've just automated one test result. But here's the problem. Automotive testing doesn't have one test case. You might have hundreds or thousands. So if I asked you to generate 500 of these using what we've learned today, our code would become ridiculous. Tomorrow, we solve exactly that problem. Now here's the interesting part. Let's change our data. ECU becomes ADAS, test underscore case becomes TC underscore 102, and status becomes fail. Notice we haven't touched a single print statement. We're running the exact same 5 lines of formatting code. Let's run it again and see what comes out. Notice what happened? We didn't rewrite our program, we simply changed the data. This is one of the fundamental ideas behind automation. Separate the logic from the data. Today you learned variables, strings, and F strings. And you use them to build an ECU Test Result Generator. Tomorrow, we're going to take this from one test case to multiple test cases. We'll introduce lists and loops. And make Python process our tests automatically. Remember, these aren't unrelated exercises. We're building toward a larger automotive project this week. If this helped, subscribe to our channel. It's free. Share it with someone who needs it. Codes in the description. See you tomorrow.